Hello, my name's Katie, and today Stronger Families and Touchstone have come together to celebrate the International Day of Families. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the International Day of Families before then we go on to have a little discussion. So the International Day of Families was founded by the United Nations in 1994. It's held on the 15th of May every year to highlight the importance of families, both traditional and non-traditional. And I think that there's three main reasons really why International Day of Families is important. So first of all, it highlights the importance of family in society. Because I think if we have stronger families, we have stronger schools and stronger communities. Second, I think it reminds us that not all families look alike. Every family is different and unique, and it's about celebrating the people that we love, not just those that we share our DNA with. And thirdly, it also gives us opportunity to have serious conversations about some of the challenges that families around the world face. So as well as a day of celebration, it can actually be used as a way to promote awareness and understanding of some of the challenges that families face. So to mark this year's International Families Day on the 15th of May 2021, Stronger Families and Touchstone have come together to celebrate some of the traditions that our families have, and we wanted to share those with you today. And we've got staff members and parents involved today, so thanks very much for joining us, everyone. So Natalie, do you want to go first and share your tradition with us?
Yeah, I'm Nat, with Stronger Families, well, the parent forums, but I think my traditions, like, it started off like with my grandma. Like, my grandma's passed away now, but so my mum and dad in the Hold House, they don't live there now, but I grew up in the Hold House, so my grandma used to come for Sunday dinner every Sunday, my cousin, and then when it was like a hot day, like a sunny day, we just used to stay in the garden. It's really so bad. But my grandma used to like the Spice Girls. So me and my cousin used to put Wannabe on and dance to the Spice Girls in the garden. And we used to do the kick as well. But that was just like, it was just like a tradition. We just did it. It was just like, we just did it for my grandma. And my grandma joined in as well with the kick. And we just did it, and it just became like a normal thing to do with my grandma.
So you still do that every Sunday now?
Yeah, well, I just went to my cousin's house at the weekend, and me and my cousin was just dancing in the living room, listening to Alexa. You know what? We danced as the Spice Girls, and we smashed it.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that's brilliant. I bet if that song ever kind of comes on the radio, or you're out shopping and you happen to hear it, I bet it brings back wonderful memories and things.
Oh, yeah, well, I think we used to do it on stage as well when I went to Sunday school. I think me and my cousin did that on stage at some point, but it was just for my grandma. My grandma loved it, so we just did it.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. Tabassum, have you got a family tradition?
Yeah, so I'm Tabassum. I'm a mental health support worker, and well, I wouldn't say it's like a family tradition. It's more like a tradition that runs through many Muslim or Asian families, not Muslim. You can be Hindu, Sikh, you can be or Hindu, Sikh, or Muslim. So those three religions actually celebrate this quite a lot. So when a girl is about to get married, the night before, what happens is that a lot of within like the British culture and many other cultures, you'll find that people will have a hen night, but for the majority of the Asian families, they'll have like a Mendi night. A Mendi night is a henna night, and it's traditional for a bride to be to have her hands all the way up to her elbows. Sometimes it's up to them, but they have it decorated in henna painting, and they can make the most amazing patterns and most beautiful, intricate artwork you can see being done, and it can take like several hours. But one of the reasons behind that, well, it's just a tradition, and what they say is that the darker it is, the more your mother-in-law is going to love you. Now that is just a tradition. Whether it's true or not is another thing. But yeah, so I thought I would share that one tradition that is quite apparent throughout the Asian communities. And another one as well is when a bride, after she's been married and she's brought back to her husband's home, the mother-in-law sometimes will pop a little pot of rice. And as she enters the house, she has to kick the pot of rice over. And sometimes she'll throw the rice over her head as well. And I think, I'm not sure why they do it, but one of the traditions behind, one of the reasons behind it that I think it is to wave off evil spirits, or to wish them good, to wish them a good beginning in their oncoming life. And I just think that these are some really nice little traditions, and I think it's really important as well, because it's the beginning of a new life in your marriage. So I just thought I'd like to share them.
Oh, lovely. So I'm Selena. I'm the participation and outreach worker for Stronger Families. And just thinking about traditions that we do in my family, the one that which were the most stood out, is the fact that when my two daughters still lived at home, they've both flown the nest now, but when they lived at home, we used to get together every evening and sit around the dinner table to eat for dinner, and we all used to share with the rest of the family at the dinner table one highlight and one low light from the day. So that could be something really positive that's happened during the day to them at school or work for us parents as well, and also something that made them a bit unhappy, and then that really opened conversations and would have an open discussion about how we can manage things that happen that aren't very nice, and how we can celebrate things that are lovely. So that's something that my mum did with me when I was little, and it's really stayed with me, and I've brought that to my own family. And my girls and my little boy also talk about how when they have families, they'll do that then too.
Oh, brilliant. Generational thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Selena. And the other Natalie?
Yeah, hi, I'm Natalie. I'm part of the Parents Forums. Our family tradition is more like a weekend tradition, and it's something which I've started since my eldest son was probably born like 7 years ago. So on a Friday, I pick him up from school with my younger daughter, and we just call into the shop and they get a Friday treat. Fridays are movie nights and takeaway, or maybe a fake away. I might just pop a pizza in the oven. Going on to Saturdays, normally like a day out somewhere. Obviously, there's not been much of that going on recently, but as restrictions are easing, so we'll like have a fun day out, whether that be at the park or the theme park or just somewhere nice. Rolling into Sunday was a PJ day, and again, most days have been PJ days this last year. But yeah, so PJ day, lazy day, followed by a Sunday dinner. Sometimes with extended family, but again, that's all just being the four of us at the minute. Hopefully we can get back to that grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins, and like just playing games in the afternoons. Obviously, when I was young, it were always like all my aunties and uncles and cousins all at my grandma's house. But since she's passed, it's not been that as much. So I've sort of like done that with my family and my mum and my sister. So yeah, that's just sort of like a little weekend thing that we do. hopefully
Wow,
now we can
amazing.
get back to normal now.
Oh, that's great. And it sounds like a really good routine as well, and kids
Yeah,
really
so-
thrive on routine, don't they?
Definitely, yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, well, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing those brilliant traditions with us today. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And I just wondered if you could think of any family traditions, and if you wanted to comment below this video, we'd love to read them. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.